Hello everybody, welcome back to another progressive rock guitar lesson. Today is Rush and Middletown Dreams. This was a request, of course, and let's go right into it. There's several chunks to teach you. We'll just teach you one chunk at a time. We're going to be learning, the opening chord for a start here. I'll flash it on the screen so you see it, and this is how it sounds when it's ringing out here. So that's at the intro, right? So you're hitting an open A, and then you're pressing those notes for the chord, and I do rock a little bit on the whammy bar, ever so slightly though. Just slightly waving it a bit. Give yourself a nice reverb that's really big, like a nice large hall, and also some reverb, some delay as well. That's got 700 seconds or something, and some a lot of feedback, kind of, because it sounds so huge. So that's also how I'm striking it. Make sure you hit those, especially the E. If you just hit it casually, you may miss the E, and it's really essential for this chord. And then the little do-do-do-doos, let's do that here. So basically, that's it. So there's a 5th string on the 2nd fret, and then the 4th and 3rd string, and then you're going to the 3rd fret. So here. It starts off that simple, and then a little gets a little bit more to it, a little more added to it when it goes. So for that, it's like a C chord, except you're not playing the middle finger here. You're just doing that kind of a C. So you go. And that's a little later when he does it again. He does that. Alright, so there's also a part in there where he goes, that's it, that's all he does, he just goes. And that's the 4th string open, 2nd fret, and then the 1st fret on the 2nd string. And then the keyboard kind of takes over that little riff. And then, of course, more of this. Now there is a different part where he goes, instead of down here, he plays this C as a sus2, which is a famous Lifeson chord. He knows how to use that chord. So it goes, right? So you'll go one time, and another time you'll go. And then the final time before it goes into the first chorus, it goes like that. And then it's an F. And then an A minor, G, F. And then he goes again, using your whammy a little there for effect, and you slide from the 3rd to the 5th fret on the 3rd string, and then you go still in the 5th fret on the 1st string. So go. But you don't do it that slow, you go really fast, you go. You just slide right into it. So you could start off again, the chorus is on A minor, G, F. Now here comes the fun part, it's the 2nd verse. So the chord is as such. Right, so it's a 5th fret on the 1st string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and on the 4th string it's 2nd fret. So, and then you got your open G and your open A. You're going, and it's a very snappy, a lot of compression on there, so like that. And then let's get more distortion here. Hold on. So that's that part. Now, so I've shown you the fingering for this, and then you can kind of slide in that, but you'll find that you'll have to slip your finger back here again. So you're going. That is, of course, a second and third fret on the fifth string there. So 5th string, 4th, and 3rd string. So again, we'll just do that. And then we're on the 4th string now. We're going 2nd fret, slide up to the 5th, and then open, and then back to where we started. But you can squawk it. And squawking, of course, is with your, you're picking the string with the pick there, and then you're catching it right after that with the flesh of your thumb. So you're triggering a harmonic way down here, which will be different harmonics depending on where you put it. So you want to kind of have an idea where you want it. So find a spot you like it and just try to be there when you need to be. So basically like that. And the last time he does it, he goes, so he goes 2, 5, 7. And then we move into the I guess I don't know what section this is, but anyways, it goes. So that section's E minor. It's the same chords as we've already learned for the chorus. So it's a A minor, G, F, back to G, and it goes back and forth. It goes. So you're hitting your bass notes, and then hit your top a little bit. Hit your bass notes here, and then instead of playing G down here, you're playing this G up here, which is the same shape as a D, of course, up there. And then that's the only one you play up there, and then back to the F kind of. Then he has that cool little riff. He goes. He kind of goes. And the trick to that is if you're dragging across your strings, let that one ring out. Do it again, and let that one ring out. If you let ring out too, it doesn't have the same kind of cool effect. It's hard to do. It takes some practice. Like that. And as you see, the notes are G there and D. 3rd fret. 1st string, 3rd fret, 2nd string. And then you go back to this this G up here. And then you go up here, you go. So that's a cool little riff. It's just on let's see, like you have the 12th fret here, right? So it's a 13th, 13th, 12th, and 14th. So it's... Right, okay, so it's a... Now the solo, let's turn off this chorus here. I gotta angle the camera so you can see what I'm doing. So the solo is way up here. So depending on how many frets you got in your guitar, this one's not 24, it goes 12, and then it doesn't quite finish the octave here. So where I am is right here, which is, it's a C, okay? You bend from the C to the D. So that is a bend up, and then you kind of hammer on and pull off, and then hit and pull off. So you hit, you bend that up, and then you hit the same note. There you go. Like that. Do something like that. Now that's not precisely what he does. It's like it's probably like 90% sort of accurate to what he does. But I find that Lives and Plays in free time, basically it's a start and finish, and as far as timing goes in it, it's very soulful. He doesn't play exactly on precisely on the 16th to 30 seconds. He has a lot of feel, which is kind of bluesy. I mean, that's kind of the bluesy way, I think. Okay, and then get a little more distortion on. And then down here, whoops. Okay, so that's the B string, the second string. Okay, so it's the 10th, 13th, 13th, 15th, 10th. So good. So it kind of rings it out. He goes, you could do it like that or whatever, you know. It's just, that's its own little phrase right there. Now, as you see there, that's where you're kind of going in and out of time. You're not precisely following a rhythm. You're going. And for that kind of playing, I'm kind of coming down, and I'm playing. The string is here, right? Here's the string. And I'm kind of coming from underneath it, and I'm using my finger as well. So you're getting that sort of stopping going on. So. And then the next part you go. Let's see. So that's sort of an idea of what I do for that, and it's sort of fairly accurate to what he does, I think. So for this part, you're playing here basically the dotted notes, right, on the E string. You're pulling off, you go, and then you're moving this finger up to the C there. Instead of being on the dot and doing an mirror image on the B string, you're actually just changing to that instead. The other fingers are the same here. Now this one you got to bend it up. You're bending it up a whole tone and a half, so it's like going up 4 frets. If you're not used to bending that much, get used to it because you got it for this song. And then. And again, I'm kind of just feeling it there. I know what notes I want to hit, and kind of just sort of going with the flow and having the live energy with it right there. And when you're bending up, or you can just go right to the note, hit a nice harmonic, give a little shake in your whammy. So it's a D minor then. Okay, so explaining this part, you start off with the D minor, and then you go to this chord, which is like a C, but you're adding a different bass note for the C. That's an E. So you're going. So again, you start from the D minor, and then to a C with the E on the bass note, and then you're going up to an F sharp sus2. And then you go to an A. Sorry, I gotta move the camera here. And then you go. Just play the bass notes. Don't play any of the upper strings there. Then you can play up on the strings when you move to the B flat. And those are sus2s as well. So let's go through it all again. So D minor, C, F sus2, A, B flat sus2, C sus2, and then you cut short. You don't go back up. The pattern ends on that C, and then you go back to and then there's a part where he plays a volume effect. He goes, let's see, it's needs to be clean though. Let's get some clean here. So basically, if you play an F major 7th, but don't play the bass note, so that's the chord there. And then that's a B, E minor 7th, a D minor 7th. So that's what he's doing with the volume. He's just swelling it up. Whoops. And then he goes to so that's this chord, which I'll flash up. I forget what it's called. And then the minor. So it's this. And then a G, and then a C, and an F. He played it kind of aggressively. And I believe that's the chord it ends on. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you want to be in the loop of the Progressive Wolfe pack. And make sure you hit the bell icon so you know whenever there's a new video hitting the scene immediately. So, talk to you all later. It's Dean Wolfe until our next progressive rock lesson. Spiraling out. Bye now.